Hey, Dan, thanks for taking a couple of minutes for a coffee break. Really good to see you this afternoon.
There it is.
And hey, last time we talked about what is XP&A, and I was since that time been thinking about some clients that I've worked with where we've partnered to create an XP&A roadmap with them. And these firms found it increasingly difficult to collaborate and scenario plan in a timely or even effective manner, and they found themselves mired in spreadsheets, disparate data, and all too often unproductive weekly or monthly planning meetings trying to reconcile these siloed views of the business.
Yep.
So, having an XP&A roadmap is one thing, but when it comes to executing that vision, what are the components of a successful implementation of an XP&A platform?
Great question. And I agree with your observations on collaboration, communications, and scenario analysis. And so to stand up a platform to be effective in xP&A requires these type of components, these platform components. So the first one is data collection and integration. I mean, getting the data right is key, right? And getting your source data, maybe other external data, but integrating with source systems for the metadata and the actuals is the starting point. And then you have to put that into some sort of standardized, unified data model, right? So creating a data hub, a data mart, whatever you call that, whether that's in SQL or Snowflake or the planning platform's own data hub, is key in standardizing that. And then the next is kind of the modeling environment. So you got the data, so how do you then model it to forecast and plan your business? So just like in Excel, you need to create calculations and business rules to guide the planner in their processes, right? Also, predictive algorithms are typically defined and utilized in this area. Standard calculations, consistent analytical processes are also defined in the modeling environment, business rules too, right? Which enable that collaboration and communication. And then workflow. This is all about automation of the planning process with visibility into the status of each state in the process, right? From opening the process to a contributor not started or in progress or submitted or rejected. Reviewers have visibility into each of those contributors' status, right? And then security. So security access is not just only into the platform in general, but also, read, write access to data specific to the contributor or the reviewer's role in the organization. For example, locking down HR data to only managers with a need to perform, a headcount plan for their set of people that report to them.
I was going to say, you touched on kind of a key, I'll say, concern, at least early on with any client I've ever talked to about the security issues, because you're bringing together so much data that historically hadn't been shared across the business.
Yeah, and you don't want a regional manager in one area to have access to data from another area unless it helps them in their planning process, right? So security is a big deal, and we can typically most planning platforms will conform to the security protocols that are already set up in the organization. So if you're using Microsoft Security or those sort of things, then you'll leverage those type of security schemas in the platform. And then certainly, last but not least, is dashboarding and reporting. So there's multiple requirements in this area. So not just robust executive dashboards for finance and operations and KPIs or key performance indicators, but also analytical displays of plans to enable scenario analysis and modeling for the analyst, right? In addition, reporting can be for executives and board presentation materials that are continuously used, and all you need to do is really fill in the numbers, update the numbers, and it's a standard format. But also distributing and bursting of flash reporting, weekly reports, status reports, ranking reports, and a whole host of additional reports for variance and additional KPI reporting. So those are the platform components that I really see as key in establishing an xP&A platform.
Okay, that's super helpful. I really appreciate you taking time to kind of talk through that. And, next time when we grab coffee, let's talk about what problems arise when finance, sales, and operations don't have an effective way to do scenario modeling and collaborate through the planning process. Because I really want to drill in and understand the benefits of fixing that. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I think that's a great next coffee break, or as we say at Cubit, coffee.
Coffee talk. Yeah, absolutely.
So great. Hey, enjoying the conversation and our, and our short xP&A, hard hitting topics here.
Same here, Dan. I really appreciate it. And hey, for anybody who's viewing this, if you find the topic interesting and you would really like to have a 15-minute coffee break focused on your business and the challenges you face, you can contact Dan or you can contact me. We'll send you a $15 Starbucks gift card and we'll set up a time that's convenient for you to chat. We'll look forward to talking to you about, the challenges you're facing.
Coffee break.
Coffee. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.